Here we have the new 2026 Hyundai Palisade. Now this one comes in the limited trim level. This is Abyss Black, and then we have black leather interior. For the powertrain, we get a 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6 made into an 8-speed automatic transmission. Coming around to the front end here, we do get the LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running light bar. And I really like just how the side LEDs are, how you get that light bar in the middle, and then the typical headlamps there. It's just a very sophisticated, very interesting look. And you know, Hyundai's kind of doubling down on these kind of weird, quirky designs, and you know, I'm here for it. I think it looks pretty good. Down here to these wheels, these are going to be 20-inch alloy. We get passive keyless entry on the front. To the door panel here, memory seat functions. We get one-touch up and down windows on the front, regular power windows on the back, electronic child lock and rear window locks, power door lock controls. We get power folding mirrors, and then those do have blind spot monitors in them. We get a Bose center point sound system, which I've actually tested out. It's pretty good. But I can tell you it's pretty windy outside, but I had to get this one done, so just bear with me for the wind noise. I apologize. Electronic parking brake, traction control, auto stop toggle, lift gate, etc. We get a manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. And then here's the power driver seat, 4-way power lumbar support there. But I want to give a huge thanks to Hyundai of Coolsprings for allowing me to review this Palisade today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But this sticker's for $51,535. And I'm intrigued to see how this new powertrain does. We've had the 3.8 liter V6 for a minute. You've had the 8-speed auto, but having a smaller displacement on this V6, I'm just interested to see how that's gonna work out. A bottle holder there, a bottle holder below, and then we do have the manual blinds in the back, which I love. You just pull that up, and then you can lock it in that way. It's kind of weird to do with the window sticker, but you see how it works. Now I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so sitting behind myself, space back here is phenomenal. Knees aren't even near the back of the seat. Seat back pockets are there. You get the USB-C ports on the inner part of the seats, and then a 115 volt 3-prong household plug-in is there. Storage tray down below. And there's a view of the front from back here. And we do get the sunroof, and then we have the sunshade for the second row skylight there. Over here we have the rear AC controls. I love how they've done this. You get 3-stage heated cooled seats back here, but you can adjust temperature as well as your fan speed. And then we even have voice recognition here as well. So that's pretty neat. Now I'm gonna try and cancel. I'm gonna try and see if I can get in the back here. In this third row. So this is my space in the back here. I'm gonna show you what else I can do, but you can slide the seat all the way back. You can actually slide it forward and back and then tilt it as well. So you literally have a 4-way power seat here. It's crazy. And then 3-stage heated on these seats in the back as well on the outboard side. But 100-watt USB-C ports on either side there. And there are your controls, which I'll show you in a little bit if you want to do that from the back. But top tethers on the back of the seats themselves, including the third row. And even the lights, soft touch back here, LED. There's a giant box back here, I'm assuming have the floor mat, so that's why that third row is down. And it's kind of hard to see over there. And the child locks are on. But luckily, because they're electronic, all I have to do is hit that, and I'm good to go. Fuel tank's there, there's the cap. And as we come around to the back end, full LED tail lights. And what's crazy is this looks so futuristic, but I still see the outgoing Palisade here. And Hyundai just did a really great job, I think, designing this, but still making it look like the Palisade that we've come to love over the years. Now there's a space in the third row again. There's stuff all over the place, so I apologize for that. There are the controls for that right side. Again, you get the USB-C, the heated, and then the power on that side. And that kind of shows you can have that giant box in here. And that's the space. Opposed to the third row being up and the third row being down. So, well, and the second row. But all your controls, you can release the second row here. You can fold down the third row, but then you can also, again, move that forward and back. And where this actually helps is if you have a shorter person in the third row, but you need a little bit more cargo space, you can push the seat up just a tad, and then you still have room to put people back here, but then you have that additional space in between the back of the seat and the cargo area. So it kind of helps you get a bit more in there. 12 volt is there. And then underneath here, little storage. And then just a quick look underneath the vehicle. You can see the spare tire, the exhaust. And then the tow hitch behind that cover if you want to hook up a kit there. But then you can also fold the seat flat there. Your anchors are, you know, where they typically are. It's hard to show now, but it is easier to show the blinds on this side. And again, I apologize for the wind noise. Looks like a storm's rolling in. But our front passenger seat is power with a two-way power lumbar support. And for this price point, I mean, still solid. Hyundai's been doing their thing, I think, making a really nice vehicle that's good to look at, nice to look at. There's a glove compartment there. You have a little top pocket there as well. But then on top of that, it's also just practical, you know? 3-row SUV where you can adjust the seats like that. But there's that 3.5 liter V6. Before we hop in the driver's seat again, because of the wind noise, I'm just gonna show off the blinkers. And it's just a nice, big, bold look, I think. I really like how the lights kind of, like a lot of manufacturers going on smaller fascias and all this, and Hyundai's like, no, we can make them bigger, we can make the lights bigger and all that, so. But nice leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn. Over here to the radio, I'm gonna cut the fan speed down in the air a little bit. This is the home page, so we have the map there, audio. If you have a trailer, phone projection, all of that there. So Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is wireless. Settings are here. Your vehicle settings, you can adjust the driver assistance, drive modes, all of that there. But there's a lot you can actually fool with here. I'm just gonna kind of show you where everything is. And then your general settings are here. You can adjust your language. And then you also have your units you can change as well individually, which I like. So now that all that's shown, I can go to the radio. We get AM, FM, XM. Again, you do get that Bluetooth with wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. Navigation is here. And then you will have to have a subscription, I believe, for the full-on usage of the nav there. Backup cameras here. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. You also have that bird's eye view. Front camera as well. A few other views that you can toggle there. Now this is interesting. It looks similar to what I'm used to in the newer Hyundais, but there are a few changes. I'm gonna show you that in a minute. But volume knob is here. Click there to mute. And then you have the shortcuts for the map. If you want to use the search there to find a destination, media, you have that custom button here that you can set up. And then your actual setup is there. And then you have a tune knob here. But over here, your parking sensors toggle is there. And then the parking camera, you can pull that up and it pulls up that view. Now to the left side, you actually have your brake hold and then your drive modes, which you can flip through. You have 4 of those. So Eco, Normal, Sport, My Drive. Again, you can toggle those up or down, which I like. Then your hazards right there in the middle. Dual zone automatic climate control, so you can adjust the temperature here, click the auto on there, and then you can turn that off by adjusting the fan speed, and then you can sync and unsync the passenger side there. But 3-stage heated cooled seats, heated steering wheel for the driver. You can cut the whole system off there. And then down below here, kind of hard to see in there, but there's quite a bit of storage. If you want to put a bag or something there, you have a 12 volt. Even if you wanted to like stack a phone or something there on its side, you could use that. But your charge ports or your USB-C ports are actually right here. So you have that one that plugs into the USB directly to the radio, and then you have the two that are for charging here. And then you have the wireless charging pad here, bottle holders there, center console cubby space right in here. Now up here, those are your lights. You have the sunshade, and then you can tilt or slide the roof back. I'm gonna slide it. That's one touch. But there's a look at the back from up here. And then your garage door transmitter is right here in the rear view mirror. There's the vanity mirror. And then back to the steering wheel itself, left side, stock, blinkers, and you do get those cameras that come on as you put the blinker on for either side. When you're in auto mode, you can toggle the auto high beams. When you have the low beams on, you can turn the high beams on there. And then over here, you do have your intermittent wiper. So one time off, intermittent low, high. You can adjust that intermittent frequency here. And then you can pull up here for the front fluid, push back for the rear, and then you just hit the side over here for that rear wiper. You do get the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel, so you can activate those while in drive. Smart cruise, you can turn that on there, adjust your speed, click here to pause or resume, adjust the gap for the smart cruise there, and then you have the lane center you can toggle here. This button goes through your sub menus in the gauge cluster, and then when applicable, you can use the scroll bar here and then hold OK to change settings or whatever. But tire pressure monitors are there. You have the compass there if you want to use that, and then your driver assistance setting there. Right side of the steering wheel, this mode button goes to your audio sources, and you can see that you can set up what is being changed. So if you only wanted to do FM and XM, or you only wanted to do Bluetooth and Apple CarPlay, you can set that up there. And then you also have a custom button for the steering wheel, and you can set that up for what you want to do as well. But track list radio station presets can be gone through here. Volume, click here to mute, and then you have the Bluetooth button, so you can just pull up your phone with that.
Turn Bluetooth on in your mobile device in order.
And then voice recognition over here. We're kind of used to this shifter, but I love how they put the push button here. So just hit the brake, pull for reverse, drive, and then you just kind of find that sweet spot for neutral. Press P for park there. And then again, push button start. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this new 2026 Hyundai Palisade Limited out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this 26 Palisade, I like, again, how the interior feels like the outgoing model, but you can just tell that it's been refreshed. Most of the differences that you'll find are going to be on the exterior. It just looks like night and day compared, again, to the 25 model year. But this 3.5 is different. I feel like the 3.8, you could tell when you get behind the wheel that it's stronger. This 3.5, there's just something about it. It doesn't feel as strong. It doesn't feel as peppy, but we're gonna find that out as we kind of continue the test drive. Not a lot of gas in here, so that might have something to do with how it's running, but I don't know why they went to the smaller displacement. I'm not sure, because the 3.8 was strong engine. Reliability wise, I don't know. That might have had something to do with it, so they might have just been like, let's just reconfigure this engine. But the fuel economy doesn't seem to have been helped by it at all. We're still getting 19 city, 25 highway, and I feel like that's about what we were getting before. But I could be wrong, but it wasn't anything that noticeable, I think. Now, I will say, this engine feels much quieter. I don't know if it's how the the transmission shifting or what, but I hear the tires more than I hear the motor right now, and that's impressive. But I also see I'm right at 1200 RPMs, which is crazy. Now under throttle, it actually has a nice strong sound still, like I'm used to from that 3.8 V6. But it does feel very luxurious. I will say that. I feel like in this limited trim, this feels more like a 70, 80 grand SUV because of how quiet it is in here. And that might have been what Hyundai was going for when they redid this engine as well. Now, as I get on the interstate here, I'm going to put it into the sport mode, and we're going to see what it's got in terms of acceleration. Now, I probably won't be able to open her up until I actually get off of this ramp. I have a little bit of space here, actually. Here we go. So a quick run to 65 there. I'm gonna give it one more pull. I'm not gonna floor it, but I am gonna try to give it something. Here we go. So, I mean, pretty quick. Now I wanna give one more thanks to Hyundai of Coolsprings for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But I mean, yeah, the cruising here is phenomenal. It's so quiet. Like, the engine itself is just quiet. The sound acoustics can hear are great as well. The ride quality is sensational. What I would expect from a Palisade and then some. But I do think this is just a solid vehicle for 52 grand. You have heated cooled seats in 2 rows, heated seats in the 3rd row, just the super adjustable seats, being able to power slide those forward and back in the 3rd row, as well as fold them if you want to. But you can configure it the way you want to, just so you can have room for cargo as well as your passengers. And that's a game changer for me, I think, even in this limited trim level. And I'm just excited to see what the calligraphy holds in terms of the features, because if the limited has all of this, I'm just wondering, wow, what's the calligraphy gonna have? But there's so much in the Palisade for what you get, and not surprised that for 2026, Hyundai has knocked it out of the park again. So with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Hyundai Palisade Limited.